Here is our first example of an inequality. So we're going to graph this inequality. Graph the solution set to the inequality negative 3x plus 2y is less than 6. So first of all, I like to rearrange these. Let's put it into slope-intercept form. I think it's quicker to graph that way. We could get intercepts and do it that way too. But I'm going to go ahead and rearrange this. I'll just do that over here on the right side. So 2y is less than, if I add my 3x over, I would have 3x plus 6. Now we just want to get y by itself, so let's divide that 2 through everything. So y is less than 3/2 x plus 3. So y less than 3/2 x plus 3. Now let's go ahead and graph that. When we do that, let's just ignore the inequality for now. Think of it as an equal sign, except one thing I guess we want to be aware of, it's not less than or equal, it's just less than. That tells me it's going to be a dotted line. Other than that though, let's just graph it like a line normal. So our y-intercept is 3. So let me mark that on my graph. I've got a slope of 3/2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Go over 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Maybe just make a couple points. Use some kind of a straight edge. I'll just use a post-it here. I usually have a straight edge with me, but I left it home today. Remember, it's going to be a dotted line. And I'll keep coming down here. Alright. So there is our line. Now remember, with inequalities, we also need to decide one side of it's going to be shaded. That tells us all the solutions. So one way to do that is just to test a point. I like 0, 0 if I can, because it's usually pretty easy. So here's 0, 0. It's not on the line, so I could test it. So if I plug 0 in here, I would get 0 is less than 3/2 times 0 plus 3. Of course, this goes away. So 0 is less than 3. 0 is less than 3. Well, that's a true statement. So that tells me that 0, 0 works. And so everything below this graph, everything to the right of it in this case, works. Now if I were shading at some colored pencils or something, I'd maybe make that look a little bit nicer. But everything below this graph is going to be my solution set. And so that's how we would graph a linear inequality.